Yo, what's up, guys? It's the first video. I'm not sure how this is gonna go because it's my first time, but I guess we're gonna just do a fight breakdown of what I think is gonna happen between the Toney Ferguson and Khabib fight. Now, who I think is gonna win is, I'm gonna just tell you straight, I think Toney Ferguson is gonna win because I was watching an interaction between them. Like, it was a new interaction. Like, it had happened today. It was posted on Instagram from the UFC Instagram page. And you saw the interaction between the two of them. Khabib looked like he was so sick of this guy. He was just tired of him. Like, he kicked his belt. Like, he's like, just disrespect you. Like, I have no respect for you whatsoever. He was like, right here. But he also kind of looked like, I'm just so tired of this shit. Like, I'm so tired. I'm tired. But then there's Toney. Toney looked ready. Like, he wanted to go. I don't think if Dana was standing between those two, I think Toney would have started the fight right then and there. See, the difference between the two of them is that Khabib looked like, this is whatever. I just want to fight this guy. Toney looked like he was fucking livid. Like, he was right. Like, he wanted to fuck this guy. He wanted to fuck him up, destroy him, and just end his life. Like, he's a killer. He wants to end Toney. He wants to end Khabib. He wants Khabib to suffer every bit of it. And I think Toney's gonna win. I think he's gonna win in the 5th round because I feel like he's gonna have Khabib in the 3rd, but he's gonna make Khabib wait. He's done it before. He's made people wait because they got in his face, they disrespected him, and he's made him wait. He's gonna make Khabib bleed. He's gonna make Khabib experience things in that ring that he's never experienced before. The thing about Toney is that Toney is just so unpredictable that you cannot prepare for him. Like, literally the only way you could prepare for Toney, let's say I'm Khabib. What's Khabib good at? Khabib's good at the ground and pound. People call him a grappler. He's not really a grappler. He's more of a brawler. Like, he ground and pounds people. He takes you down with wrestling. He'll submit you sometimes, but really his thing is take you down and beat you to a pulp. The only way that really Khabib could prepare for Toney is just practice the ground and pound until he comes up with this undefeatable plan of how he's gonna go for the ground and pound, how he's gonna take Toney down and ground and pound him. That's the only way. So I guess the only way essentially is to just become really, really good at what you do know. And I feel like if Khabib doesn't take Toney out in the 1st or early 2nd round, it's just gonna go downhill because Toney doesn't get tired. Khabib, we've seen him get tired before. We've seen him meet, have issues with some fighters, like raging out. He had a little issue, it was brought down to the 5th round. And Toney is just doesn't get tired ever. I don't know the last time we saw Toney really have any sort of stamina issues. Yeah, sure, he's people have beaten him in rounds, but he's ultimately won. He lost one match by decision. Was it decision? I think it was decision. Yeah, it was a long time ago. But he has one of the longest winning streaks ever. He's the most brutal fighter. I was looking through his stats. He doesn't knock people out all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprised when I actually saw that. I actually looked at his stats, and he has a few TKOs, a lot more submissions, but he goes to decision. But the difference between him and any other guy who just goes to decisional is that every one of those guys, I guarantee you, was probably bleeding from somewhere. From his nose, his mouth, his, cut above his eyes somewhere. Toney cuts you apart. He cuts you up. I feel like Khabib isn't ready for that type of violence. Like, everyone's like, oh, well, Khabib's seen Toney fight before, obviously. It's a lot different than when you get in there. He's like, okay, this guy fights weird, but I don't think until Khabib actually gets in there, he's going to be able to see how weird Toney really is. Because Toney's fighting isn't that one-dimensional. Khabib's fight is pretty dimensional. Like, you know what Khabib's gonna do. You always know what Khabib's gonna do. It's just Khabib's so good at it that you can't stop him. It's really just like you can't stop him. Toney, on the other hand, you have no clue what he's gonna do, and when he decides to do it, you aren't gonna really be able to stop him. He improvises. He recovers like you've seen him get rocked before, but he recovers. So that's the other reason I think he's going to win. It's because he's felt like he's obviously been lost rounds before, and people have outmatched him occasionally. He knows that. He knows what it's like to oh shit, this is a problem. Khabib doesn't have that kind of experience. I think he's lost one round in all of his fights. One round. Not even a match, just one round. That's nothing. So the best way I think Toney to defeat Khabib is, I think he plays around with him in the first round. First round, plays around with him. Second round, he plays around with him for when I say play around with him, like bait him, basically troll him, make him try and oh, I think he's good, I think Toney's gonna do this, but no, he didn't really do it. So Khabib just looks like a fool. Second round, play with him for a little bit, and then when Khabib goes in for a takedown, Toney needs to find a way to counter that takedown and turn that takedown to something he wants, and turn it into his own either own ground and pound or just knock him out when he goes down, pull a Jorge Masvidal on him, fly a knee, something like that. Something that's gonna make Khabib's entire plan just get totally rocked. And then once that plan is destroyed, once that plan is comes to an abrupt stop, Toney needs to kick into 10th gear and just go straight for the kill. Just go in for the kill. Just go straight in, go for the neck, just take him out. Because Khabib, while I think Toney's gonna win, I think Toney's a better fighter. I just don't think Khabib's ready for him. Khabib can still recover. He's strong. He's obviously a good striker. We've seen him you guys might not think that, but we've seen him pull off some pretty good striking feats. So obviously he knows something about striking. He knows something about grappling. He's strong. So the thing is, Toney will want to, but he can't play around with Khabib. He has to end Khabib as fast as he can. So the fastest way, the safest way, would be to play with him the first round, make him, I just said he can't play with him, but when he has him, he can't play around. He has to put him away. He can play with him until he has him, and then once he has him, put him away. Because Khabib is, Khabib is strong. I think he's probably a little stronger than Toney. And he's just got this, he's just a monster. I don't get it. Both these fighters are amazing. They're both amazing fighters. But Toney, I feel, will come out on top. And then, what happens after that? So now he's got Khabib on the ground. Best thing to do with Khabib is throw the ground pound. Yeah, do the ground pound. Beat him at his own game. But Toney has to pull in all the tricks to pull off a successful ground pound. Never stay just on top of him. Never be in just full guard. Always be spinning around on him, like, okay, now he's over here, now he's on side guard, now he's on side guard over here, now he's on top mount, now he's not even on you, he's like just sitting right above your head and just pounding you there, like he has to ball stuff like that, because Khabib, as good as he is at ground pound, he's probably has a lot of training in just being ready for somebody to try and ground pound him. Because, every UFC fighter, every MMA fighter has to be ready for that, because it's inevitable. Someone's going to get ground and pound somewhere in some fight. You're going to get a ground and pound on you. So that's my thought. Toney's going to win. Khabib will put up a good fight, but I don't think he'll last long. Peace out. Alright guys, so real quick, this is my first video. It's a little rough. I'm probably going to come back later on in life and recreate this video and put it in better quality for you guys. So make sure you stick around the channel, subscribe, like it. If you didn't like it, leave suggestions down in the comments about what you think I should do to make this better. Alright, peace.